Being a rock star is sometimes not all it's cut out to be. Over the last couple of years, we've seen prime examples of how tragedy can face even the most well-known musicians in the music industry. Today, we're taking a look at some of the instances of rock stars who have tragically disappeared. Kurt Cobain. Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain passed away on April 5th, 1994. His passing was ruled a suicide. Cobain was last seen abruptly leaving a rehabilitation facility in California, where he returned to his native Seattle. He came home to the house he shared with his then-wife Courtney Love and his daughter Frances Bean. There, it's widely believed that he passed away from a self-inflicted wound, though Cobain was missing for days, and his home was searched on multiple occasions with no sign of the singer. Eventually, he was located in an above-garage room. His cause of death was officially ruled a suicide, though to this day, decades later, Kurt Cobain's passing has still remained a mystery to some and has been the subject of numerous documentaries and investigative reports. Scott Stapp. The Creed frontman has publicly battled substance abuse issues for a number of years, with those problems culminating in a shocking video released on the band's official Facebook page in 2014. In the video, Stapp began incoherently rambling about someone who was allegedly stealing money from him and attempting to slander him. Stapp could be seen ominously looking into the camera, claiming that someone was changing his information, accessing his bank accounts, and transferring all of his money. He said, "My civil rights have been violated. I'm going to expose and I'm going to fight every single individual that is responsible for this. Right now, I'm looking for an honest, good attorney that's ready to fight and take it all the way to the top." At the time, Stapp was homeless and his loved ones were unable to contact him. He was at times staying at local hotels for the night, and in an interview years later, his bandmates revealed that they were trying to text him and contact him after the video was posted to their Facebook page. Stapp said his bandmate, guitarist Mark Tremonti, said, "Dude, stop, you need to get help." But Stapp admitted he was then in a parallel universe at the time, so he wasn't listening. Since then, Stapp has been a model example of overcoming your demons and leading a sober life. He was later diagnosed with bipolar disorder. He said he found it easier now to stay sober because he didn't know what was wrong. Today, Stapp admits he's taking things one day at a time and is still hoping to one day reunite with his bandmates in Creed. Scott Smith. A founding member of the popular 80s band Loverboy, Smith was instrumental in the band's landmark success. With smash radio hits like "Working for the Weekend," Smith's band was on top of the world and in line for a lucrative music career for the rest of their lives. All of that changed after a frightening incident that occurred on November 30th, 2000, a shocking incident that still remains unsolved to this day. Scott and his bandmates were performing a show in Vancouver when, after the show, he and a few of his friends took a boat out to begin sailing towards Mexico. While sailing down the coast on that trip, Smith encountered some difficult weather near San Francisco. It's believed that a nearly 20-foot wave knocked Smith off the boat and into the water. Coast Guard officials were on scene to conduct a massive search just 20 minutes later. Search teams scoured a 133 square mile area looking for Smith. The search was unsuccessful, and to this day, Smith has never been found. Ozzy Osbourne. In May of 2016, Ozzy Osbourne was unable to be located for a period of time after his wife Sharon kicked him out of his home due to his alleged infidelity. Reports stated at the time that Sharon believed Ozzy was hooking up with his then hairstylist and went on to threaten divorce. At first, Ozzy was staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, but later went missing. His children attempted to reach him for days, but were unsuccessful. Family and friends during that time were frantically trying to locate the legendary performer, fearful that he may begin turning once again to drugs and alcohol. Ozzy was located days later and a tragedy had been averted. Thankfully, Ozzy and Sharon were later able to reconcile. Justin Lowe, the extremely talented guitarist of progressive metal band After the Burial, exited the band in the summer of 2015 with a cryptic announcement and a rambling statement detailing his reasons for the departure. In that statement, he gave a list of various reasons, and he accused the band of attempting to sabotage his career. He went on to allege that the passing of a close friend had actually been staged. The band commented a few days later, revealing that Lowe had been in a broken state of mind and was being treated for mental health-related issues. Days later, the music community was once again in fear after Lowe had been reported missing by his sister. A search was conducted attempting to locate the talented musician, but they came up empty. Days later, a hiker contacted authorities, indicating they had found a body beneath a bridge in a park in Somerset, Wisconsin. Lowe's vehicle had been found nearby. Authorities confirmed that the man the hiker found was indeed Lowe. Reports stated that the cause of death was consistent with that of a fall. He was only 32 years old. Sinead O'Connor, the Irish singer-songwriter who famously penned the hit single Nothing Compares to You, went missing on May 15, 2016. On the morning of the 15th, O'Connor went for a bike ride in a Chicago suburb. Someone close to her contacted authorities after she didn't return home for quite some time. Law enforcement authorities issued an alert for O'Connor in the area. A few days before her disappearance, the singer wrote a post on Facebook addressed to her son. She claimed she had been unable to reach her 12-year-old son for quite some time and was battling for custody. O'Connor had made attempts in the past to take her own life, which heightened the fear surrounding her disappearance. The singer was later found safe, but continued to deal with mental health-related issues for the coming months. In 2018, Sinead O'Connor has made a powerful comeback using the alias of Magda DeViet. She recently released a new song called Milestones about her battle with mental health issues. The lyrics seem to touch on her past, saying, "This is where I get to be me. This is where you don't get to take me. This is where you don't get to create me." She's scheduled to release a new album in October 2019. Musicians are ordinary people placed in extraordinary circumstances and deal with the same problems as the rest of us. If you or someone you know is struggling, there is help. Reach out to a crisis counselor completely free and anonymously. Text CONNECT to 741-741 in the US or call 1-800-273-8255, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You matter and you're loved.